Hi everyone, I've got this old photo album that I found at, it's like a little antique shop type thing, and I absolutely adore the cover of it. This is the cover, and it's all thick and padded, and it's not leather by the looks of it, because it all looks like it's made out of paper, and it clips together at the end. All I've done at the minute is took the centre leaves out. The spine on it was all collapsing and crumbling anyway. I'll show you what was inside. Inside was this, which was a series of like cardboard things we cut out so that you can put photographs in, which I'm not a fan of, but I'll recycle it for something. So what I'm going to do is make my own book using this. So I'm going to make a set of pages that will be this size but a bit thicker to go in here. But first of all, I've got to repair this cover. Now what I'm doing first of all is I'm just putting some sellotape on just to hold it in position while I figure out where I need to hot glue it. Now obviously I'm not, this is just like a little art project. This is not me trying to like rebind a book and do it in traditional ways or anything like that. Basically what I'm trying to do is preserve what I've got so I can still use it, stop it crumbling anymore if I can, just so I can maintain it and keep it as it is. It will degrade over time. I mean, it's all breaking down anyway, but for me, I just want to make it a little bit nicer if I can. This is like the inside board that would go here, but what I've done is this is the damaged side where it came off, so I've took it off there. The sellotape's just as a placeholder for temporarily for a minute. I want to look on the outside first. So as you can see, it's layers of paper, and all I'm going to do is go around and glue these back into position. I'm just going to make sure I've actually stuck this cover roughly in the right place, which I haven't. That's why I'm using sellotape, just to roughly hold it on the inside. I might have to just not do that actually, to be fair. Let's have a look. So I can see where it used to join. Which is here. So my attempt is going to be just to fix that back together and hold it together. So that's what I'm trying to do. So if I first of all put a little bit of glue. Again, I know this is not going to last forever. I know this is not how you'd repair it properly, but this is not an antique book with value. This is just something that's really, really old that I really love the look of, and I want to actually use it and turn it into a book. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just going through and just gluing in place these little loose bits of paper. The hot glue will suffice holding it in place. I will do something later on to try and protect the binding a bit more, but for now I'm just basically trying to fix it back together. I absolutely adore old things and things that have got life to them and look really like battered and used, which is what attracted me to this in the first place when I saw it in the shop. And I think what it was originally is they'd got this in the shop because they were selling the photographs out of it, but I actually liked the book itself, so I bought the book. Because this would have been probably thrown away once it was empty. But it was too pretty to throw away. So I'm going to turn it into my book. And I'm going to use it as a book for maybe doing a bit of journaling, some drawing. I just like the fact it's going to be like a really unique book, because I shouldn't imagine there's many of these around. No idea how old it is. think someone, a small writing inside. It says to John from William. It says on the thing, I paid £12 when I bought this. Yeah, I don't know about the age of it or anything. But the cover's just too adorable not to use. And like with my sketchbooks, I find that if the sketchbook's too new, I'm kind of almost afraid to use it. So I tend to carry my sketchbooks around in my bag for a bit until they get battered, and then I'm like quite happy to sort of just draw and scribble and do what I want in them. So at least this already comes battered, so I'm not going to be afraid of wrecking it. I will replace the edging here with something, if I can. I've got some black faux leather, which I'll probably just wrap around just to protect these edges. For now, I'm just gluing it in place. Yeah, I love stuff like this because it's like it's got a story to it. You know, I wonder who owned this. What did they use it just to look at their lovely photographs? Did they keep it because they liked the look of the book? You know, I like the fact it's got a history to it, and yeah, it's what I like. Okay, so I've glued the outside. I think. Hold on. No, I've missed a bit at the bottom here. Come on. But absolutely, I love the detail. I mean, look at the detail. That's the back of the book, and it's got all this carving in it, and you know, it's gorgeous. Like I said, I don't know if it's leather or not. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like faux leather. It seems too thin to be leather, but if it is, I apologise to people who are put off by stuff like that. Okay, so this is going to hold together now on the outside. So now what I need to do is move my junk off my table. Now what I need to do is repair the inside. So I'm just lifting up loose edges and gluing down what's sticking up. I am going to cover this with some more fabric. So I'm going to try and make it a bit more hard wearing. So what I'm doing now is just coating all the edges in hot glue. Okay. Now this is the rest of the inside cover for that side that should go here. And obviously this will be what I'll attach my new signatures to. So let's get this back on. I'm just going to use this as like to reinforce the cover. Just so it doesn't flex as much. And the hope is that it'll just give it a bit of stability. Okay. This is like a piece of the original, like sort of weaved fabricy stuff they used to just reinforce where they bound it. I'm just going to stick that in again, just to, because it used to be there, I'm just putting it back, and it'll just help make, like, give that a bit of rigidity again, hopefully. See, it's not all there obviously, but it's just, it'll help. There we go. So that's the main sort of outside sort of decorative part of the spine fixed. So now I need to have a dig around and find some fabric that I'm going to use to strengthen that. Someone has parked the noisiest motorbike outside. Why is it there's always someone on a noisy motorbike when I'm trying to film? So anyway, I'm going to leave this to all cool and make sure the hot glue is dried, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, so what I've done is I've got an old sketchbook. Well, I say old, it's one I've hardly used, and I've cut it so it'll fit in here. And I'm going to use that as my book. That way I've got a sketchbook to draw in, but also it's got a funky cover on. The reason I did this is, quite frankly, I couldn't be bothered to do all the sewing with signatures, and I thought, well, I want to use what I've already got. I haven't got like a stash of watercolour paper or, you know, handmade paper or something. Basically, I haven't got any sort of really good quality paper that I can just use up on a project like this. I've just used what I've got, because I'm not going to use a load of expensive watercolour paper for this. You'll see I've got a couple of old Rick and Morty stickers on here. So I've just decided to, because this sketchbook is, I bought it because it's big and it's got loads of paper in, but it wasn't beautiful, and it's one of them I drew in it for a bit and then left it. It is big and cumbersome and not one that I'd carry around with me, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do is use it as a cover. I'm going to use this as a cover for it, which will look cool. So all I've got to do now is glue on the cover. Why do my glue sticks always run out when I'm halfway through doing something? Right. I'm basically putting a ton of glue everywhere. And then hopefully that will hold it on. Obviously I'll be careful when I lift it that I'm not, like, the weight of it is not just on the cover, because it could tear out the cover, but it'll work as a sketchbook, which is the purpose of the task. I think I need to stick that. That needs to be stuck so it's a bit further forward. Yeah. Okay. At least with the hot glue I can just peel it off. It's just judging where I want to stick this. About there, innit? So I'm just judging it so it's stuck in place, so that when I open it, it opens fairly flat. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be a bit better. do need to cover this with something. There you go, so that opens up to that. Okay, and then the other side. I have got it slightly misaligned. I want it just a bit down a bit. Let's have a look. Okay. In here so far is just some drawings I've done, ink stuff, some stuff my nephew's drawn actually, and then a whole load of blank pages. What I'm going to do is, as I work through this, I will film some videos and stuff, and I am going to stain the pages. I haven't done it as like staining the whole book just because that'd take like probably about a month to dry off if I soaked it all in coffee and stuff now. So what I'm going to do is, as I work on each page, the page will either be painted or gessoed or will be stained, because I want to make it look like the pages are older later on. So it's going to be a work in progress, this thing is. But yeah, I think it's going to look cool. I'm going to put some nice ribbon or something. And what I'm going to do today is just add a bit of decoration to the inside of the book. I'm just figuring out whether I want to put like ribbon round or something. Yeah, maybe a bit of purple ribbon would look quite nice. So I'm just decorating the inside, because obviously it looks a bit naff like that. So I want to have it so it looks a bit more finished. So yeah, what I'm doing is cutting out some ribbon. Two pieces of roughly the same length. I would normally use like a thicker ribbon or something, but I haven't got it, so using what I got. I'm going to put a bead of glue all the way down that edge. Stick on my first bit of ribbon. And bead of glue, second edge. Oops. going to cut that off then, but no. Just makes it look a bit more finished on that edge. It looks like I actually did it on purpose as opposed to just sticking it on and hoping for the best like I actually did. Okay. I think what I'll do as well is the same there. There you go, it just finishes that edge a little bit better. Oh, and the last piece of ribbon is just big enough. There we go, just finishes off that edge. I'm not too bothered about the back, but it just finishes off that edge nicely and just makes it look pretty. Now I've got like a leaf that I'd stuck on my old sketchbook, which I do want to include in here, so I'm just going to cut off all the excess paper. I want to because I like using leaves and stuff in my artwork, and I want to decorate my book with some of these. This is a leaf I collected in the autumn last year, and I sellotaped it into a book. And it lasted quite well actually, it's come up quite nice. I think I'll stick it that way. So that just finishes off the edge of the cover, and then I've just stuck my leaf in so I don't lose it. I've got some artwork in here, stuff I've been drawing, some stuff my nephew's done. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do now is I'll work on what I'm going to add in here, and also any writing and stuff. I want to do this as a combination of like an art journal and sketchbook. So yeah.